Wrong button. Okay. Let's turn down the music for a second. Okay, so I'm going to be checking the trader for stone, iron, and tools. Typically, I'm going to be looking for harvesting tools, knives, axes, and picks. And I'm looking for anything really. Picks, spears, in the steel section. In the iron section, I'm looking for harvesting tools. I might buy the occasional blade as well. The reason I don't want to miss the trader is because of the stone. And right now I'm finding that stone is finite on this game, which means I'm gonna have trouble maintaining my huts, because I'm pretty sure to some degree the huts will ask for a rock. I thought I saw that. We'll have a look. I'm not playing with any stone right now. I think all the stone is off. Yes, all the stone is off. So if we drop down from 95 to 94, that's because something demanded a rock to be fixed. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure I saw them. I saw the round hut. I think it got to a point where it was like, yo, we need a stone to fix this. I need to be keeping track of this as well. We don't butcher anything out here, but we'll definitely kill it out here. So I'm pretty sure it's finite. I don't think they've fixed that. I was reading something on the internet that said stone was finite, and it's the only thing that's finite. And I don't know. I don't know if that's true for console. I don't think stone comes back. There's a couple stone piles that were here that are gone. And they haven't come back yet. And I don't know if it's like the sticks, because sometimes the sticks show up in random places. So for example, I cleaned this out a while ago. And I'm pretty sure I took the gather stick this here. I'm pretty sure I took this off of this point. So I was like, fuck it, we're done here. So I'm not gathering sticks right now manually. I'm not picking them up off the floor. I'm cutting wood and then picking up the sticks that are cut from the wood. Because it got to a point where I was sending my people out too far to go get sticks, and they were dying from starvation. So it was like, okay, I got to bring this in now, and I've got to start basically hacking down the trees. So I have a cut point to here. I have a cut point to here. I cut all around the lakes because there's birches there, and I'm pretty sure birches are more spindly than things, which is, I'm hoping, a higher chance for sticks. You'll notice I do the same thing here around the outside. And I cut out here and here. I cut out everything to here as well. Oh, these are my things. I cut everything out to here. Hopefully the stone respawns. I would like for the stones to respawn. Then that means I can fix my roundhouses as as much as I want for an infinite amount of time. At this population, I have to drive my wood manually, so it's infinite. It's not It's not manual. Sorry, it's just infinite. I have to be on the trader to sell my wood as currency so that I can keep my storages down, so that I can make room for more wood, so that I can collect more sticks, so that I can make more things. So here's how this works. I have sheep for wool. Wool is winter clothes. I also have skins for winter clothes as well. So I have a redundancy plan, which means hopefully people aren't going to freeze to death because there's multiple sources of clothing throughout my village. Right, I've put everything on sporadic. And I know that might seem a little chaotic, but it works really nice with the AI system. This is the only thing that's not sporadic. I think there's a couple other things, like the water, that's not sporadic. I put water in a specific one. Yeah, I put water in right here. Which is not central, but it's kind of central. So people come to this to get their water for their sheep. I haven't had too much of a starvation issue, because remember, these things are little lemmings. They'll go to they go to a specific point, they grab what they need, and then they walk over to wherever the manufacturing process is. So kind of like in the mobile game Riverdale, it's the same principle. You have to manage your city or your town efficiently so that your lemmings work less so that you can produce more babies. The food source is sort of central, right? I could put like when you shuffle buildings around, the AI does things to compensate for what you've done. So like I built an expansion right here the other day, and it did not take well to that. Like the AI did not take well to that expansion, at least not at this population level. Things were too spread out, and the workload was going up because there were people on the other side of the lake doing things when it came time to spring and planting the harvest. So Um, off this little ADHD tangent. So the wool is for the winter, gives me winter clothes. Also, when I'm killing the sheep, I'm getting skins and bones, and bones are now used for currency. So when I first started, bones were used for tools specifically, so harvesting and knives. And the reason for that is because it's a self sustaining unit. I don't have to go out and gather flint, which means I don't need any picks, right? I'm just using the bow. So harvesting tools and knives. Well, that's a lie. Sorry. I did have to make a couple flint axes when I first started, right? Because you're going to need to cut down wood. But at the beginning, you don't need much wood. You just need enough wood to compensate so that you don't burn sticks. You want to use your sticks for your sleds and your tools. So by leaving logs in and around the city, you're going to have a better chance of your lemmings burning a log rather than sticks. These things are fucking stupid, I swear to God. They walk past the food when they're super hungry, and they get into town and then they like die at the front steps, and it's like, you fucking morons. I've left food specifically in these places so that you don't starve to death. And they just walk away. And it's the same thing when they're tired. It's like there's a rest stop there for you to use, but you don't use it because your AI isn't competent enough to figure this shit out. And I know to some degree I've been pushing my team hard, and they run at about 140, 150% while spring and summer's running, but that's no excuse for the summer and the winter when people are doing absolutely nothing. People should not be starving in those situations. Neither should my animals. My animals should not be starving in that situation either, because I there's nothing for my people to do, and they're not paying attention to my stables. And my stables are even set on high priority. So I know that your code is lacking to some degree. So you can expect starvation because these things are idiots. Right? They'll walk past the granaries full of food, and they'll go, "Oh shit." And they'll go fuck off into the distance. And they'll be hungry when they leave, and then they die while they're collecting wood. And now I've got to go out there and collect their sled or their cart because they fucking died. It's like, so, and the other thing that's accompanied with that is that it's also my city setup, right? My city setup is very compact, right? I don't have my city spread out, right? I don't have residential houses all over the place. I have a couple that are closer to the fields so that people can rest. But for the majority of the part, people hang out in the core. See, I don't know why this didn't get fixed. Why did my lemmings let this fall down to a point where it's about to break? When there's absolutely nothing to do. Only 39% of you are doing something, right? That's what that suggests. So, back to it. The goats. Oh, the tools. The tools. So, harvesting and knives are bone tools up until the point where you get this big. Once you become this big, bone tools, I guess, are okay. I could potentially compensate with bone tools, but I'm compensating with bronze and copper because I can make enough currency to buy bronze and copper and then make copper and bronze harvesting tools and knives. So I'm trying to stay away from the flint and the bone and all the cheap stuff now. So I was burning through too many sticks when I was this level using bone as harvesting and skinning tools. And I had to make the switch. So I made the so I went from so I basically went from the Paleolithic right up to the Bronze Age with my tools. I skipped everything else. The goats make cheese, which is a plus, and I think I've kicked my goats up a little more than I've kicked my sheep up because I can collect milk. So I collect extra resources from my goats. I don't have to kill them to get my foodstuffs, although I do for meat, but mostly cheese. I have two cheese. I have two cheese makers. I have one place to make bronze and copper tools, and then I have two places to make steel tools, and I have one place to make armor. The goats are also there just in case the sheep crash. Now, I'm hoping the sheep don't crash because that's for my winter gear. But if they do crash, I also have the skins that I can fall back on until my shit gets figured out. So it's mostly the goats are mostly there for the skins, the bones, and food essentially. Like I'll use the cattle and the donkeys and the horses for food as well. But I'm assuming I cycle through the goats and the sheep faster. Unless I say otherwise, because sometimes I'll specifically run my sheep high. So I'll run my sheep at like 100, and then I'll do the same thing as I'm doing with wood. I get like 120 sheep because they overbreed, and people are kind of busy, so they let my sheep limit exceed the maximum limit. But then I'm like, okay, I'll just sell 10 of my sheep to the trader for whatever type of tools I can get my hands on. We also do that with the grain and that's about it. I was using flax for currency, but I stopped using flax for currency and started strictly using it for making sleds. I'm a nerd, sorry, not sleds. Plows. Plows? Plows. Plows and bow and arrows. Right? And fishing tools. But I don't fish anymore. I don't bother fishing anymore because they're this one single lake. I'm pretty sure does not. So what I do is I make sure fish can't go anywhere except for this right here. And I would put a meat dryer over here, but I haven't. I could probably slip a meat dryer in though. We could do build production food dryer, and I'm pretty sure a food dryer will stuff in here. Fuck yeah. Okay, so now I'll tell that food dryer the only thing that goes on here is fish. And I will allow fish to come in here. And I'll also allow raw meat to come in here because I've now put the meat dryer on. So if an old goat is here and they happen to kill it, they've got a place to put it. Or say a wolf is outside the gate and I kill it, I'll let them come here and string it up. I have no problem with that. So, back to it, the animals. My cows are used for plowing, so that's why I sit pretty with my cows. Donkeys and horses are for carts, and the horses are for plowing and for carts. So the donkeys only do one thing. They're only there for carts. So if I have a decrease in horse population for whatever reason, I can compensate with my donkeys by making sure that my cart system doesn't crash and then I have to go back to my sleds. Horses are there to kind of compensate for the cows. Just in case the cows crash, I have horses to plow my fields. Right? So everything here is a redundancy for itself. And cows also give me milk. So between the goats and the cows, I'm getting plenty of cheese. Now, I don't need well, I shouldn't say that I don't need cheese, but I don't see my cheese move fast enough for it to be a worry. So I'm not too concerned with how my cheese is being managed. I bet you I need spots for that cheese, though. So maybe I kick up. See, and here's the other thing. I don't mind if my bread goes moldy. Although I think at these numbers I've stopped it from going moldy. I had it up to 100% and I was losing bread, which means I was losing grain for no reason. And then I dropped it down to about I dropped both the flour and the bread down to 75%, and now I don't have an issue with the bread spoiling. Now, the flour has nothing to do with how, like, if I make more flour than bread, that's fine, but I don't have to. So there's no point in overburdening my people doing something that they don't need to. So in correlation to dropping my bread, I also dropped the wheat, which lessened the amount of burden on my people. So you can see during the spring, I have 134. Well, that's because my population is a little bit high. If I run it like 180, that goes up to about 150. And then that fluctuates. That's a cyclical cycle that happens with the wheat because it happens in the spring and in the fall. Not so much in the fall because everybody has a harvesting tool. So that's the point for keeping my harvesting tools high, is so that anybody who's an adult can harvest. I don't need that many knives. I could probably run successfully off like 60, 70 knives, but I've overburdened myself just a little bit so that I don't have to worry about coming back to the bronze and the copper to make more, so that I'm like compensating for this. Okay, so here's how this works. I take raw skins from all of my farm animals, mostly sheep and goats, because the higher population, the higher the kill count. To some degree. It depends on how you run your numbers. But those raw skins get turned into leathers. So I have 120 leathers and 48 dry skin. Now, the leathers are made in the tanning section. The skins, the dry skins, are made on the tanning rack. Now, how I make these is that I don't cut this down. All this in here, this doesn't get touched, because that's for my tannins. So think of that as my tannin farm. Also in here, you'll notice that I've got a couple trees in here that I have not cut down. These are oaks and firs. I also get tannins from here. I also get tannins from here. So in here I'm getting tannins as well. And also in here I'm getting tannins. So this forest right in here does not get cut down ever. Unless I go in here manually and cut down things like beeches and pines. And we can do spruces too. I don't mind cutting down spruces. Baby spruce. Oh, and I'm all, yeah. So past this point I'm cutting. I'm cutting over here too. You can see my cut mark. My cut mark goes all the way out to here. So, I collect tannins during the springtime, which is right now, where the flower is spring, up at the top there. So, I also am planting at the same time, which means you need to be careful about not overburden. That's why I'm overburdened right now. I'm doing two things at once. Not to mention, I've got a huge plot for these people. But that's okay. My population seems to do well. I can gain more than 200 population. I think I've sat at about 212. And it runs just fine. Now, the leathers, the 122 leathers, are used to make sleds and carts. Also, you're going to need sticks, right? So, again, I'm big enough that I eat up all the sticks on the floor. I've gone, okay, so here's where we live. And this is how far I've gone out for sticks. People starve when they come out this far, especially old men and children, or old people. Now, I can't have that happening. I did plant some trees along these areas, but they don't seem they don't I don't think they're smart enough to eat them. See, we've got more stick fall here, so I could come and pick these sticks up. But at the same time, I've got more sticks here that magically respawned. But it's to a point where I don't need to pick up sticks. I just run my wood. My wood gets me sticks. And then I sell my wood for whatever I need. So the sticks are also used to keep the carts and the tools going. It's imperative that I keep my tools going. If I don't keep my tools going, then I lose the system. I'll harvest less, which means less wheat for me and less straw for my animals. Straw is also used to fix all my houses. So every upgraded house to stone, everything in here that you see requires hay to fix. Even my watchtowers. Sometimes when I get a little low on hay, I'll delete my watchtowers. Because there's been times where I've taken on big projects and I've fucked up the AI. So like I take on a big project and then all of a sudden like springtime is up around 220. And these things are retarded at 220. Like they don't do anything. They just die in the fields. They're too stupid. They don't even eat. So we've got what's another thing that we can quickly go over? Spirituality was a big thing. So I've needed to maintain spirituality to maintain happiness. Also, beer. I shut the beer off sometimes. When the going gets tough and we're low on grain, I'll can the beer. But people get a little pissy when I take away their alcohol. So, but we try to keep the we try to keep them drunk. What else? I buy all my ore. I buy everything. Once we get the system, I just took on a major project again. So I broke down. The major project was we built this section, and then I could defend it easy, but the AI didn't work with it well. So the next big project was tearing it all down, and I dropped myself at a fluctuation, and I lost hay and wheat. See, we usually run at about 1,000 hay and like 1.4 wheat or grain. And then I'll use my grain for current. When we get up that high, I just drop like 400. I just drop 400 grain, and we'll use that as currency. So I think I'm going to float around 225 and make slow course corrections. Because even then, like, this is too. This was the reason this was too. Okay, pardon me. This wasn't actually a big chunk of land to take out, but it was too big for how far away it was. That was my issue. So it's almost like I need to. It's almost like I need to creep in this direction. And we can push our farm. We could push, and you know what? I can push my farm into my tannin farm when we creep up. I can plant in and around. Right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but we can definitely plant in here. So I'm not down farmland. Well, I'm down a little bit of farmland, but at that point in time, I would probably groom out all of the beeches and spruces and pines, and then I would replace those hitboxes with farmland, with plants. I don't make stone walls. We only run wood. We Everything that we run is sustainable. See, look, we lost a stone. We lost a stone somewhere. We had 95 and now we have 94. So, I don't know if stone is renewable in this game for the console. If it isn't, then I need to revert back to mud. And mud is self-sustaining. See, also, if I can buy enough stones to keep myself above 95, then I don't think I should have an issue. So coming to the trader and always buying stones. And then look at this. I can just toss you all those bones. That's deadly. Done. So always have a look at the trader. Just even if you're like, I don't need anything, you probably need some. Like if you can muster like 50 bones, go see if there's any stone. I think that's the one major thing that I need to look out for when trading is the ore and the stone. So that way, like, I've only hit up three mines. There was a mine here, and an iron mine here. And I did the simple dig it up from the ground, and then I made a mine, and then I made a deep mine. This motherfucker's like right in the house. But the majority of the iron that I get is bought from the trader. Now, I've tried to I'm hoping I've staggered my tree cutting enough so that I'm constantly cutting down trees. But I have noticed that I've got a cyclical jump. There's a large portion of tree that I cut down, and then all of a sudden I look up and it's like, bam, you got 1,000 wood, and it's like, holy shit. I don't need that much wood. But that's okay. We're rich on sticks now, which means like I can make tools whenever I want. and I don't have to worry about my sleds and my carts crashing. You'll notice that my rock piles close to here are for my charcoal. And I have specific piles. So this one's for tin, and this one sits empty, but it's for copper, so that when I do get copper from the trader, I then turn it into bronze only. So as of right now, I'm comfortable with not cooking any copper, but that's okay. Also, if it now I've mass produced I put my steel ore on infinite, and we jacked that shit up to like 700. And now I don't make any steel. I'll start making steel at around 260. That means I'll start pulling from this pot, which is 842. Now, since I made the steel, I dropped that iron pile down to about 400, but we're now back up to 862. And we're still not done our steel pile. Now, it doesn't mean that I want to stop buying ore. I still have plenty of spaces to put ore around. So if I can buy iron, then like look at all this space I have for iron. Oh, we don't want charcoal in here. And I don't think we need stone in here either. Yeah, that's close enough. We hacked the shit out of it. Also, I do make iron ingots, and you'll notice that my iron ingots only go towards my body armor. I don't make doors out of I don't make doors out of iron. I did make a door out of iron, and they broke it like the first fucking fight. They broke it down, so I was like, fuck it, we're going back to wood. No, I think I made another reinforced. No, 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 I didn't. This is like, fuck it. You getting a regular door. Because remember, wood is infinite. I try to keep like a little bit of wood near the houses up here. That way people can put logs in their houses, and then they keep warm, because sometimes they'll be out cutting wood during the summer, and then they'll be out there when the transition from summer to winter happens, and then they'll be walking back in the cold, and it's nice for them to just like dip into a roundhouse. I think that's another reason why I've let things. Look at that. All my tannins come in here too. That's fucking perfect. So my flax is out here, and so are the tannins, and all of that comes funneling right into this point. That's sexy. I like that. And then we put a weaver right beside for for cloth. And then I got a couple more weavers in here too. I definitely needed to pump this up. I only had one and I was running low on supplies, but now that I've got three, I'm definitely not. Are we both making alcohol or just the one? No, we're both making alcohol. That's okay. That's okay if it doesn't keep up. As long as there's liquor going. So, Emmer is for a chance at extra food for me, and barley is an extra chance of food for my animals. And then rye is disease resistant, and incorn is disease resistant. So incorn is disease resistant by 25%, and rye is disease resistant by 25%, but it also gives you a chance at I believe extra straw. Extra extra grain. No, rye is a 15% chance of extra grain. But rye and incore in corn are kind of like my tiny bumper crops. They're just around so that if shit does hit the fan, at least I've got a couple other things going. And also keeping a surplus, right? If I have a shitty spring for whatever reason, I've got enough hay to see me through a fuck up. Same with the grain. I've got enough grain to see me through a fuck up. No peas. I don't grow lentils. As, as far as I'm concerned, lentils are a waste of time. Or sorry, lentils, legumes altogether. So anything that's got a pod, I don't grow legumes. Um, what else is there? I think that's about covers. These are my numbers. I'm constantly popping into management. It used to be to see how many people were stagnant, but now it's to tweak what goes on in here. Yeah, I see. My wood. I might have to turn the wood off. I'm not going through these. I'm not going through my sticks fast enough. But I want my sticks on infinite. I'll rip through those sticks so fast. If I turn everything off, those sticks are gone. Come on, we gotta get back up over 200. Okay, give me 2 seconds, and then we'll just crank the shit out of the. I think as long as the majority of them stay alive, I'm fine with the decrease that happens in starvation. As long as my people aren't starving. As long as my people don't starve, I'm pretty fine with that. I don't mind the animal decrease. Yo. So why don't we just drop that to 50? I don't want that getting any higher. Yeah, I don't want that getting any higher. It's already there, bud. So we'll just sell the extra. Same thing as we did with the sheep, we're now going to do with the cows. We haven't had a good fight in a while. Yeah, I see we got horses doing some work. How? How are you starving? Oh, give me stones, man. Come on. I need some stones. Why is that broken? Come on, you guys. Yeah. My stones decreased again. Fuck, man. Well, we got those sticks down a little bit. Now let's see if we can maintain them. Because I'm pretty sure we were at 100 sleds and we just kicked it up another 50. That's so close, we have to change that. I'm gonna fix this wall too. Maybe we'll throw up another turret here. fuck, they're so close. Hopefully I don't have to revert back to mud anytime soon. I don't know how. Hopefully these rocks respawn and I can keep this maintained because I don't mind coming out, kind of like the sticks. I'm pr- I'm pretty sure we cleaned that out. I wonder if they come back. Or did I miss one? I don't think we'll have to leave this. I don't think we'll have to leave the roundhouse anytime soon. There's lots of stone everywhere. Hopefully the stone by the lakes respawns itself. And if that's the case, then maybe there's enough. I may have to go back to like half mud just because of the respawn rates. Yo, has it taken you so long? What the fuck are you doing? Just out for a hustle or what, bud? What the fuck? Fix your code. Yo, how have you guys not picked up this fucking wheat? I think maybe we should drop our cows back down to 40. Oh, that sucks. The straw would have been nice. You guys still haven't picked that shit up. I mean, you kinda have, but you haven't. Maybe we turn the rye off. Well, you see, no. Well, how many rye am I running? 20. I think if anything, I would turn off. I would turn off this. But we seem to get it all done. No, see? We also dropped 10 population. I need some stones, man. You got any stones for me? Fuck. Why am I at 81? What are you guys doing? Is it the wood? It's got to be the wood. You guys need to pick that shit up. This guy is still carting around a chunk of wood. Look at what is this guy doing? All my gates are open. Why do you do that? Where the fuck are you going? Why are you going all the way around? What? Why did you go? Why is my AI skitzing out? Why do you come up the hill and then walk back down? You've got this weird little rotation where you come up the hill, you come down, and then you like take a drink and then go inside. See, what the fuck is happening? Why do you do this? Are you coming to get a drink? Maybe this needs to come down. No. No, you can go around. What the fuck is this guy doing? Where the fuck are you guys going? Yo, why is your AI being retarded? Everybody's doing it. What the fuck is going on? Yo, everybody's got this weird little rotation going on. What the fuck? How do we fix this? Fuck, it's still happening. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, everybody's unhappy because my tracking system's all messed up. I have no idea what's going on. I should have closed that door before the cow got out. Oh my god, 40 fucking cows just contracted. I hope you all don't die. This is kind of fucky. I don't know how to fix this. Look, they're still doing it. What the fuck is going on? Look at this idiot. What are you doing, man? What the fuck are you doing? Why? What happened? Fuck. We were doing so well. Man. Why? No, they're still being dumb. Look at this fucking idiot. Everybody's doing it. It's one of these wood gathering things that's happening over here. I don't understand. It's everybody who's gathering wood from a certain section. Look, they go up. Oh, this one just left his fucking cart with wood there. Come on, man. This bites. We were doing so well. My rocks are slowly starting to go down. Fuck, man. I should have traded you sticks. I didn't realize I was that low on cows. That's okay, I turned wood off. What's this meathead doing? Just going out to starve to death? What the fuck? What the fuck? Come on, man. These things cannot be that dumb. You have to fix. Look, this idiot is still doing it. Fuck. Come on, you guys. They're literally just running themselves to death. Fuck! Fuck! You dumb motherfuckers. Yo, fix your game, man. I don't get this fucking far along for your shit to just fucking dick around like this. That's fucking ridiculous. That's so fucking dumb. Fuck. Yeah, but is it just the idiots with the... I think it's just the idiots with these. Okay. Fuck, man. One fucking stone. Get out of here. I've dropped like... I've dropped like 10 almost. They're still... They're still doing it for some reason. Fuck, that's brutal, man. Okay, I think we'll just turn all the wood cutting off in this direction for now. Let's see if this fixes anything.